to the Lalantia Show. I'm coming on here to do the weekly reading for the week of July 15th through 21st. I can't believe we're already more than halfway through July. That is crazy, right? So for those of you who don't know me already, my name is Lalantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and healer, and I help you just to discover the magic of who you really truly are, your gifts and abilities, and your greater purpose, what you're meant to do or how you're meant to live your life to be joyful and happy and fulfilled. And I do that with the help of the magical beings, dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings. It's kind of what I specialize in. Of course, I still channel spirit guides. I channel angels sometimes, ascended masters, whoever is coming forward. So if you're catching this at a different time and it's a totally different date, you landed on this video for a reason. Maybe there's a message that you need that is here. So don't get too hung up on the date of this video. And if you're watching this and none of this resonates with you, then maybe it's something that is going to come later and just needs to be in your awareness. So the weekly reading, I usually have, some energy that is coming forward, like last week was unicorns, for example. This week we have dragons coming forward. And I have a new dragon guide who came in this week, and she's just incredibly loving and gentle and a real mother energy. And she is really all about love. And when I went in to do the reading for this week, she came in really, really strongly at first. Through the whole thing, she was very, very strong, but she was like the main energy in terms of what is important for you. So while we are in a week where we have a full moon and a lunar eclipse, we know that there's going to be a bit of turmoil energy, a lot of things kind of coming up, and it's a transformation. It's a time of transformation. And last week that was kind of the same thing, that we were going through this transition is the word that they used last week. So right now it's this transformation. We're transforming this energy. A lot of that is around we're breaking this way that it has been for a long time, right? We're bringing in a new energy. This means that we need to heal a lot of the old stuff, or to let it go, to be able to make space for this new energy to come in. So the dragons are really coming in that way, that they're going to help to clear that path. Now, each and every person has to do, their own work, but remember that you have the support of them and they will help you. Just remember to ask them for help and they will step in for that. Of course, inviting your guides, angels, whoever you resonate with most, and ask them to help you as well. Make sure that you're taking time to do that inner work and you're rewriting the future. So it's important to set those intentions of what you want life to look like, what you are creating in your life. So while you're doing this healing, you can bring in this new energy, bring in this new way of being, so you don't have to keep residing in that old way. One thing that they talked about is sometimes it seems like things take a long time, and sometimes it seems like it's a rapid transformation, but you can kind of go between the two and be like, everything is changing and it's so overwhelming, and then a few days later it seems like everything takes forever to change, and it's because we don't remember to see the transformation that has occurred. We forget how it was. We forget the old ways, the things may have been in our life, and we just keep thinking we just want things to be, perfect and amazing, and that's not really how it works. We can create these amazing things in our life, but it's important to remember that journey. It is all a journey. So transformation, I mentioned already, but it is an important part of the energy this week, remembering that we are in a time of transformation. So taking that time for looking at your shadows, giving yourself space to do this, and remember the help that you have in doing this, that, the spirit can help you. I'm just going to say spirit. So your guides, angels, the dragons especially, they're coming forward to help you through this transformation. So you need to take that time to do that work, though. You're the only one that can set aside time to actually do that work and allow yourself to see what it is and really be honest with yourself. And sometimes we just aren't. We aren't honest with ourselves. We want to stay in this energy of everything's going to be just fine. I'm going to get through this. Everything's going to be great. But it's not going to change to that until you really look at what isn't you, what you're ready to let go of, what really isn't resonating with you, right? It is really important to take time to rest this week, take time to, recharge your batteries, take some time to spend time in nature, um, take a bath. I think that this is kind of one thing maybe that comes up often in my readings. I don't remember for sure, but it seems like it comes up a lot for things that it's just because we forget. So they're like, it's really important to do this. It's really important that you're taking time for this refueling, recharging time. So they just want to remind you of that. They wanted to remind you that, we're in this transformation period and you're healing a lot of things that aren't all from this lifetime. So you may be healing things from your ancestral line, things from past lives, all of that. So it may be time for you to reach out for help through things. If you're having a really hard time doing it on your own, allowing yourself to see things. Sometimes if there's a lot of trauma from periods in our life or past lives or ancestral stuff, we may not see it on our own. And having some assistance, having a healer, psychic help with these things can be super beneficial. Of course, this is something that I do, but there are many, many amazing, powerful psychic healers. So if you're feeling like you just need a little bit of help, this is a great week to reach out for that help and for a little bit of additional guidance. And remember, that connection to the earth can help you as well. They just brought that through right now. That importance of connecting to the earth will help you to gain clarity and direction. And pay attention to the signs. When you ask spirit, when you ask your guides, dragons, whoever you are asking, when you ask for help and guidance, they will always, always, always show you the way. But you have to be open to seeing that, to receiving that, to being, open to that. So sometimes we just aren't open to receiving. We don't see the signs. We don't catch on to what they're telling us. So if you're not a channel and you're out and about and you aren't paying attention to numbers, you're not seeing things around you, then maybe you're not getting the signs that they're giving you. So this is that time. It's always like this though, but pay attention to signs, pay attention to like words that you may hear or see over and over and over again. You can pay attention to your dreams. It can give you information in your dreams. Pay attention to messages that other people give you. Sometimes people in our lives are showing up to help us in different ways. Be open to that help. When you ask for help from spirit, it may be a friend that shows up and is like, hey, let me help you with that. Maybe they don't say it in such an obvious way. Maybe they just kind of show up and they're like, hey, how are you doing? And they kind of show up in your life out of the blue. And it's like, you don't even register that, hey, this person can help me with this. And so it's important to recognize that the people in your life are many of them, or some of them, are there to help you. So be open to that. Spirit can deliver these people to you to help you through these things. So I have been pulling a card from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck each week for a crystal grid of the week and kind of the crystal energy of the week. So this week we have the Spirit Guides grid. So this is a grid to help you to connect with your spirit guides and to begin to receive information. You don't really need a grid to connect with your spirit guides, but if you want to boost that energy a little bit. So the main crystal for this is Celestite. So working with Celestite this week would be very beneficial. It's also I find it a quite soothing, gentle stone to work with. This also has optical calcite in it, which is a stone that we had in last week's grid as a secondary stone as well, and then clear quartz. So these clear quartz is to amplify the grid, but Celestite and optical calcite are really great to work with this week, especially Celestite, and just, asking for that direction, that guidance, that support as you go through this energy. Because I know that with the full moon and the lunar eclipse, there's going to be a lot of things coming up, and at times it may feel unpleasant, but it doesn't have to be terrible. It's kind of like your attitude and how you choose to deal with it, how you choose to see things, and just recognizing it. And as trauma comes up sometimes, or as difficult things come up, even if it's not trauma necessarily, but as difficult things come up, it looks really, really bad in the moment, but you move through it and things start looking better. So you don't have to stay in that energy. You can move through it to get to the other side, and things will look, like a whole nother thing, right? It's like, as you're going through the energy, it looks awful, but you get to the other side and it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. So that is pretty much the energy this week. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope that you are able to navigate through this energy without too much difficulty, without feeling too much having too many traumatic experiences, I guess. But you don't have to. Don't look at it as a difficult week. Look at it as a week that you are insanely, insanely supported, deeply, deeply loved. And remember to keep feeling into that love. You can tune into so many different beings that are so full of love. And I know with this dragon that has come forward for me, I call her Ruby, but this energy that she's been bringing in is just such a deep, deep love. And she works in divine feminine. So this energy that is just helps you really feel what love really, really is. And so you may be able to tune into her, but whatever dragons are showing up to help you through this, because there are many dragons out there that are just so full of deep, deep love. Now, if you want to learn more about dragons, I do have a video about dragons. I also have a video about crystal grids. So if you haven't checked them out yet and you want to learn more about them, make sure you check them out on my channel, and make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And of course, I would love it if you would leave a comment and let me know your thoughts or any questions that you have, and I will see you next time. Bye.